watched our previous video which was on Old Man at the Bridge, and today I'll be explaining a set of questions from the same chapter. So this is from the 2020 9th standard board paper, and like no questions from this chapter was asked in the last two board exams of 10th standard, that is 2019 and 2020 board papers. This question was not asked, okay, and only this time in 2020 9th standards board paper we got a set of questions from the chapter Old Man at the Bridge. So this is again an extract based question in which you have 5 sub questions, and where 4 questions are of 3 marks each and 1 question carries 4 marks. Okay, so I'll read the extract, please listen to it. So you can see that extract in page number 48. It goes like this. I was taking care of animals, he explained. Oh, I said, not quite understanding. Yes, he said, I stayed, you see, taking care of animals. I was the last one to leave the town of San Carlos. He did not look like a shepherd nor a herdsman, and I looked at his black dusty clothes and his grey dusty face and his steel-rimmed spectacles and said, what animals were they? So, yeah, I hope you got the extract. It is in page number 48 towards the end. I'm not going to read it again. Now we'll move on to the questions. So the first question, that is the 3 marks question, is where is the story set? Who is the narrator? To which town did the old man belong? Where is the story set? Who is the narrator? To which town did the old man belong? You can answer it very easily, right? So the setting. The story is set in a war zone at a pontoon bridge across the river Ebro. Hope you got it. The story is set in a war zone at a pontoon bridge across the river Ebro. Okay. So then the second part, that is who is the narrator. So we don't know the name of the narrator, right? So you can write that the unnamed narrator is an army scout. The unnamed narrator is an army scout. This is the answer. Then the third part, that is to which town did the old man belong? That is San Carlos. The old man belongs to the town of San Carlos. Now the second question, that is what animals was the old man taking care of? Yeah, only that. So you have to give those names of animals since it is a 3 marks question. Okay. Initially in the story it was said like, yeah, he told he was taking care of various animals. Then he said he was taking like there were 3 animals altogether. So here you have to mention the names. So it is he was taking care of 2 goats, a cat and 4 pairs of pigeons. Okay. Yeah, so you'll get 3 marks. Now again, next one. Why was the old man required to leave his home? Why was he unhappy about having to leave? Once again, why was the old man required to leave his home? Why was he unhappy about having to leave? So you know the answer. Yes. So the answer is the old man was forced to leave his home because of the artillery fire from the enemy. Right. You might have read in the story like where it is said, yes, because of the artillery, the captain told me to go because of the artillery. This was said by the old man. So you can write it as the old man was forced to leave his home because of the artillery fire from the enemy. Then the next part, that is why was he unhappy about having to leave? That also like very well or evidently given in the text, that is he left his animals who were his only family, right? He left them behind. So he was unhappy to leave his home. Like he couldn't take them along with him, right? So he left them behind and this made him unhappy. Next question. How old was the old man? What does he mean when he says, I am without politics? I'll repeat. How old was the old man? What does he mean when he says, I am without politics? So that first part, that is how old was the old man, it carries 1 mark, and the second part carries 2 marks. Okay. So what is the answer? He is 76 years old. Okay, so remember that number. Don't forget. Don't write like 70, 73, between 70 and 75, or between 70 and 80. Don't write like that. Write the correct number. That is 76. Then, okay. What does he mean when he says I am without politics? So what is the answer? Like I told all these things when I explained the story. So the answer is like he's a common man and he doesn't support any side of the war or any side in the war. Like he's not with his own party, his own country, or with the other country. Like he is not supporting anyone, and he has no political role to play in the war. Okay, he has no political role to play. And yeah, from that we can also understand that he actually doesn't want to participate in the war even. So he is a common man, he is a victim, and he doesn't want to take part in the war, or he doesn't support in any political parties or any sections taking part in the war. That is what is meant by the dialogue, like, yeah, I am without politics. I hope it is clear. Now the last question, that is the 4 marks question. What was the narrator trying to persuade the old man to do? Then, what is the central theme of Hemingway's short story, Old Man at the Bridge? Once again, what was the narrator trying to persuade the old man to do? What is the central theme of Hemingway's short story, Old Man at the Bridge? So what was like that soldier or that army scout was persuading the old man to do? Think. It was like, you can write it as the narrator was trying to persuade the man to cross the pontoon bridge and to escape or save himself. Right. The soldier was so concerned about the old man. Like he really wanted to save the old man. That's why he was trying to, or he was repeatedly asking the old man to leave the place, to move, to get up and walk, leave, like cross that pontoon bridge and save himself. This is what the army scout wanted, or this, for this he was persuading, or like you can write it as the narrator was trying to persuade the old man to cross the pontoon bridge and escape free. Okay. Then the last part, that is, what is the central theme of Hemingway's short story, Old Man at the Bridge? So that also we discussed in the last video. Still I'll repeat. The central theme of this story is the pointlessness of war. Okay, the pointlessness of war. And you can also elaborate it as, it talks about the suffering, or how a war affects the common man who are, or common people who are without politics. Okay, this is the central theme of the short story, Old Man at the Bridge. That is pointlessness of war, or the futility of war, as we discussed, or as we said about after Blenheim. I hope you remember, right? So this story again tells about, or talks about, pointlessness of war, or the futility of war, or how the war affects the common people who are without politics, how their lives are getting disoriented, how those people are left without anything, homeless. Okay, so this is the central theme of the story. So that's all for today. So write the answers, listen to the video and write the answers yourself, and yeah, that's it. So we'll meet later with another chapter. Until then, take care. Bye.